Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Bram. I talk about all things fashion, shopping, lifestyle, travel, and luxury. So if those are things that are interesting to you, I would love it if you would think about hitting subscribe and become a member of my growing YouTube family. All right, I know that the lighting is weird. The sun is setting, and this was the first moment that I had available to do this today. I need to figure out a better system. I do have like an office space, but I just didn't want to go there today. So we're here. I know half my face is in the shadows, half of it has like full on sun, but we're going to work with what we have. Okay, so today I have an unboxing. Now, I have been talking extensively about this bag that not this bag, a bag that I have on hold with Fashion File that actually will be here by the end of the week. So this is not that bag. However, the next unboxing after this one will be that bag for sure. I have a few coming up, but that one will be definitely the next one. This one was kind of like it was on a whim, and it was something that I have talked about on here before, and I just had to jump at the opportunity. So you guys, I don't know if you remember, but or if you have watched me before, I actually did a few different videos talking about this specific bag previously, and or not like the video was not like completely focused on this bag, but it was something that I spoke about in like other topics or whatever. So I'm going to give you a little backstory. Then we're going to open her. This shouldn't be a long one, so yeah, but it's an exciting one. I'm actually really excited. So basically what happened was in the beginning of the year, I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video where I was talking about like some purchases from Amazon and kind of giving you my reviews and whatever. And in one of those videos, this was kind of something that I used to do on Fridays, which I have not done in a while, but I do need to do a good what I've purchased lately video for you guys and update you with links and all of that. But this specific purchase, or this specific purchase was from Amazon, and it was a Marc Jacobs bag. It was like the tote bag from Marc Jacobs. Now, I had never seen it before, never tried it on, never even was interested in it. But I purchased one because they had, Amazon used to offer like try before you buy, and they would send you things and you could try it and, without tying up the money and decide if you wanted it or not. So I did that. I actually really, really loved the bag. I got it in like a cream color. This had to be like the end of 24. So maybe it was like December, November, something like that. Anyway, I got it. I loved it. And I returned it only because I felt like I didn't have a use for it, or it wouldn't get a lot of use in my collection. It was a little too plain for me. But I loved the size. I thought it was like a very flattering bag. Anyway, fast forward to the beginning of this year. In January, so now I'm following Marc Jacobs, and I'm aware of the bag and kind of aware of just Marc Jacobs in general, which is a brand that I had not even really thought about probably since like 06, 07, 08. Not that I haven't thought about him, because I love Marc Jacobs, specifically Marc Jacobs era Louis Vuitton, of course. And I've always like loved Marc Jacobs, but his new stuff wasn't really catching my attention. And I want to say like the last time I had purchased a bag from Marc Jacobs was probably 2006. I had like a bowling bag. I'll try to find a picture and put it up here, but it's such an old bag. I no longer have it. And anyway, I wore it into the ground. It was probably 06, 07, 08, something like that. And I wore it for years and sold it at some point. Anyway, that was probably the last time I really thought about Marc Jacobs as a brand to purchase bags from. Now, at the beginning of the year, Instagram was following Marc Jacobs now, right? Because now I'm interested in what he has to offer again. And his city bags popped up, right? So it was an advertisement for the city bags. The city bags are the tote bags, but they came in certain cities. So I saw this, I rushed to the website, put one of them in my cart, and then couldn't pull the trigger. For whatever reason, I can, without any guilt or any concern, purchase myself a $3, $4, $5, $6, $10,000 bag with no problem if I know I love it, right? But when it comes to a bag that's $250, $200, I have to think about it forever. And I don't know what is wrong with me, but I couldn't commit. So I loved this bag. I'm watching it. Finally, it was right before my birthday. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it for myself for my birthday. So I went back on the site, and of course, it was sold out. Since then, I have been watching a bunch of them on eBay, of course, for like $1,000, $800, for like a 200 and change dollar bag. And I was watching them, hoping that people would drop their prices or whatever, and kind of just hoping that at some point, Marc Jacobs would re-release this collection, because it literally sold out in days the first time around. Well, I was in the mall yesterday, actually, and I passed by Marc Jacobs, as I usually do, and I looked inside, and guess what was there right at the front of the store? And I was like, oh my God, is that somebody's? Because it was like randomly placed. And I walked in, I was like, you have these again? I said, yes. And so that was it. I had to jump on it, because it was literally, I had been waiting for it to be re-released so that I didn't have to spend resale money on this bag, because it's an inexpensive, a relatively inexpensive bag to begin with, to then pay $1,000. I was like, there's so many other bags that I would rather have for $1,000, because you guys know I am into vintage. And so I wasn't willing to do that, but I found it at the regular retail price. The fashion gods were looking down on me yesterday. So I have, of course, this big bag, and it's in here. All right, we're going to hold on a second while I do some thumbnail pictures. I always forget. So hopefully one of those look decent. All right, guys. So let's open the big yellow bag. They always package it very nicely, in my opinion. I have never gotten a bag before, but I've gotten other things. I've purchased other things from Marc Jacobs, the store, and everything is always like bundled up very nicely. Also, the bag that I purchased on Amazon from Marc Jacobs came from the Marc Jacobs store on Amazon, and it was packaged better than most like expensive designer brands. All right, guys, you ready for it? Okay. Whoops, I put a little extra thing in there so I can design it with you when I get it out of the bag. Okay, so obviously it comes in the Marc Jacobs drawstring dust bag, and here we go. It is obviously the Miami bag, the tote bag in the city collection, and I got the Miami bag version. Now, it was honestly between this one, or not even between. I don't want to say between. This was the one that I wanted and that I missed out on the first time around. So it is like a canvas bag. It is obviously in the traditional tote bag style. This is the medium. It only comes in the medium. It does have a zip on the inside, as you can see. And I already attached this, but it did come like separate. But I was, looking at it and trying to decide what I was going to do. Do I love it? Am I going to keep it? All of that stuff. So I did put it on. I haven't taken off the tags or anything like that yet. But it does come with this big black strap, which honestly is my least favorite part of this bag. I'm not a huge fan of black and pink together, although I guess with the details, black made the most sense, but I don't know. Maybe I'll replace it with something else in another color or something, maybe like a clear chain strap or something. I don't know, from Amazon or something. I'm not sure, but for now it's like this. And so it's obviously backwards, of course, but it says obviously the Miami bag, Marc Jacobs. It's very like early 90s, late 80s, like bubble airbrushing that's what it reminds me of, right? Like the t-shirts that we used to like at different like fairs and stuff, or like street festivals, at least like in New York, they would offer this in the like late 90s. I had a t-shirt and I had a thing for my wall with my best friend and I, and it was like all like the hearts and whatever. So I guess maybe it's late 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Like this is very much aesthetically that period. And yeah, I just thought it was like super cute. I love the pink color. I do not have, funny enough, I do like pink a lot, and I don't have another pink bag. I don't think I do. So now I have a pink bag, and I love it. So the sides of it, I know it's hard to see with the sun, but it has the Marc Jacobs like print here on the sides. And then, yeah, the inside, let's see what we have going on. It has one zipper pocket, if you can see on the inside, and that's it. The strap. I also have this. This I purchased off of like some Instagram store quite a while ago, and I figured we could actually attach her to the side, maybe over here, and then she can kind of like hang off over there. The clasp is too small to put over here unless I can figure out another way to attach her that way. But how cute is it? I love it. I was kind of on the fence. I don't know. I've been on the fence about it. I'm like, I love it. But my whole thing was like, am I going to wear it? Is it a good size? I think it is a really great size. I do wish that they had done it in the small instead. I think this is a great bag if you go to work every day, if you bring your laptop with you, if you have, go to school, you have classes. Like it's a perfect bag to fit all of the necessities. Actually, we'll do that in a second. I'm going to show you what fits in here. And yeah, like I just think it's absolutely perfect. It's a little big for me because I don't carry that much stuff with me, but because it's so beautiful, I'm like, you know what? If I ever do, like sometimes I do want to take my equipment and go edit in like Starbucks or like another coffee shop or whatever, and this will hold all of my filming stuff, like my tripod, whatever it is that I want to take out with me so that I can like work outside of the house one day if I want to, or outside of the office. So yes, I absolutely love it. I am going to throw up a picture now. Now that I have this, I'm on the fence about, do I, before it's gone, do I purchase the New York version as well? So there's 4 versions. I'm going to put it up like somewhere over here, and I'm going to show you what it comes, how it comes. It's either the New York version, there's a Tokyo version. The Tokyo version is a bit futuristic for me. I'm not really a lover of like futuristic looking things. I don't know. It's kind of like creepy to me. Very like, yeah, I'm like very like AI futuristic. I'm not in a rush to get to the future, So it has Tokyo, it has London, which is very like, it's actually really cool. I like the London a lot, although I don't like the front. The front has the red phone booths, which is cool, but then it has some roses and stuff. The back is really cool. The back has, I don't know, it looks like it has like safety pins and plaid. So it's very like punk, which I love. It's very like London 1970s, like punk style or whatever. 1970s, 1980s, I guess, right? Like very like Sid Vicious, like Sex Pistols, like that type of thing. And then the New York obviously has the skyline, of course. It has a cab. It has the Statue of Liberty, and then on the back it has graffiti, and that's my favorite part of it. I would probably just turn it around. I'm a sucker for anything graffiti in general. So yeah, and I always love a Marc Jacobs graffiti, like period, right? You guys know if you've watched my other videos, very high up on my list of bags to repurchase, to re-add to my collection is the 2009 version of the Steven, or even the 2001 version, either one of the Steven Sprouse and Louis Vuitton Speedy or Keepall. So, not Keepall. Yeah, no, sorry, Neverfull. Keepall, Neverfull. So anyway, one of those will be my collection at some point in the near future. But anything Marc Jacobs does with graffiti, I am a sucker for. So I am really thinking about adding the New York version as well. So when I first saw them, and the truth is that I have never been a huge fan of like very touristy gift shop-esque merchandise, right? So even like I have, you might have seen before, if you saw my full collection video, I have the Gucci Heart New York Boston bag, which was released in like 2008, I believe. I have that. And even with that, I'm kind of like, I don't know, like it's a little hokey in my opinion to like have something from where you're from, I guess. But now that I'm not living in New York anymore, I feel like, you know, even like the I Love New York shirts or whatever, I'm more drawn to those things because now it's like nostalgic, or it's like where I'm from versus where I am, you know? And so this one, I just love the colors and stuff. But the New York one, I've been on the fence because it's very like the style itself is very reminiscent of like the touristy gift shops on like 34th Street or 42nd Street that are right outside of Penn Station or whatever, and like charge you like an arm and a leg for a little statue of the, you know, a little version of the Statue of Liberty or whatever. And however, I do, like I said, I think I have like a newfound kind of like interest in these things, or a yeah, I guess so, because I'm not there. And so again, it's more like, it's more nostalgic than anything else. And I also think that people like this type of thing is more common now. Whereas like when I lived there, when I, you know, when I was growing up, it was like, if you wore an I Love, like, I don't know, you just didn't wear like an I Love New York shirt. Like that was for the tourists. That wasn't for like you living there. Like you didn't wear like New York stuff. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was like maybe the Yankees or like the Mets or whatever, the Knicks or whatever you liked. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is my dilemma. Although I am definitely like thinking about it. It is just really cute. And honestly, I wouldn't mind adding it to my collection. I think it's adorable. I don't want to wait too long because I don't know this drop, how long these things are going to last. So I don't want to miss out on it if I decide to get it, but there's a 30-day return policy. So I might grab it up and then decide whether I'm going to use it or not, and then go from there. So we'll see. Anyway, let's take a look really quickly on what fits inside of this. I'm going to show you like if my laptop, I don't know what, I think I have I think I have a 14-inch laptop. So let me go grab all that stuff. Let's see what fits inside. I'm going to empty it out of all of its stuffing, and then we will discuss. And I'll show you. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I got all the stuff that I normally bring out with me on a daily basis, plus what I would bring if I was going into an office, or if I was going to go, like I said, work from somewhere else or whatever. So I already took the stuffing out. So it is completely empty. I always leave the tags on my things until the first time I use it, just in case I decide that, you know what, I don't need this, and I start to feel like, you know, I don't need it. I still have the tag on it. I haven't used it out yet, and I can go return it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a 14-inch, I think. So this fits pretty exact, actually. All right, so you can see that fits in there. And then if I was going out to work, or if I was going to, like I said, it works like from somewhere, I would use my agenda. This is the GM version. This is a ticket I have to take care of today. Okay, so I would put this in there. That fits perfectly. And then the other things that I carry like on a normal daily basis, I always have my key clay with me, with my car keys. I always have my like little emergency case, which has like my Tide to Go, blister strips, things like that. So we put that in there. It's flat. It like, I actually have the little case linked in my Amazon. I find it like absolutely perfect. This way I don't have any like bulky like makeup bags or whatever holding my stuff. That holds like all like the flat like Band-Aid, the jelly blister covers, wet wipes, Tide wipes, all that stuff. All right, next this is my glasses case. There's nothing in here right now, but this is the case that I use for my sunglasses, and I just use it for all of my sunglasses because it's soft and perfect and it fits everywhere. These are my readers. Don't make fun of me. I'm at that point in life. My little lotion. This is such a great lotion, guys. I am totally against designer makeup at this point, just because I'm not into it. Not against, but I'm not into it personally. I think that that money is better spent elsewhere. But that Dior cream, it feels so good on your hands, and it doesn't have a scent, which I personally like because you stay more hydrated, and the moisture. I don't know. There's something about adding fragrance to lotions and stuff that actually doesn't moisturize your skin the same way that something without fragrance does. I have the Touchland. I'm obsessed with these. I know that they're expensive. This is the rose version, which was like 16 bucks or something. But I really hate the heavily like not only fragranced, but the ones that have a ton of like alcohol in them. I can't stand that. This has no alcohol. It is actually very moisturizing. I'm very dry all the time. So anything with extra moisture is good for me. Okay, so I have that. And then last but not least, my two lip glosses. So the ones that I have been using like on repeat lately is the e.l.f. in Red Delicious. And this is the Dear Cloud, which I have linked in my Amazon and below actually in the description. I always use this. I love this one absolutely the most. It has Miffy on it. It's some sort of collaboration. Anyway, they have it on Amazon. I don't know, until they don't. And I always use them. So we're just going to stick these in here. And yeah, it's a little heavy, but it's holding absolutely everything I could possibly need. And I'm going to now show you what it looks like on my frame. And yeah. All right, guys. So that's that, and I love it. I'm so excited for it. I'm so glad that I didn't go to a reseller and that I just waited patiently for the last 6 months and it appeared again. So extremely excited about that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you so much. I hope to see you in the next one. Like I said, the next unboxing is going to be a big one, and it's super exciting. I am like on the edge of my seat waiting for this bag to come in. Yeah. So anyway, if you have not already subscribed, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe. It helps me. It's free for you, but it absolutely means the world to me. If you liked this video, giving it a thumbs up absolutely helps me, honestly, tremendously. And that's it. And then hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I upload videos, which typically is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you for everything and watching and supporting and all of that stuff. And I am going to leave another video right over here in case you haven't already seen it, but you would like to. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next one.